Oh, that figures. And market's down 0.75%. Now my views are down on that video. Mm-hmm. All right. If anyone's there, what's at 15%? Oh, BNB. Yeah. ETH up 6%. Look at that. XRP up another 4%. And the kids are crying again. Hold on. Okay, back again. Maybe I can actually get the chat up this time. Kids up early this morning. That's funny. All right, here we go. Oh, you're welcome, Justin. Good morning, Eli. It was muted. Yeah, the second I started my stream, my 5-year-old came screaming, crying out of his bedroom, so I had to go. My Go Juice. Yeah, I actually did get my Go Juice during that break. Yeah, and I did not see chat. What's up, guys? Good morning. Stock market up day yesterday, lower volume. Kind of looking for a bounce, maybe to, if you guys were looking for something for shorting a position or to exit a position. I was kind of hoping we would hold overnight up here, maybe go a little bit higher before rolling over. So far, we basically had a gap down, which doesn't bode well for shorting things. Coke down, is it like actual Coke or K? Oh, I thought K used to be Coca. Oh, K's Kellogg's. I thought K was Coca-Cola. Show how often I trade Coca-Cola. Yeah, definitely. Wow. Coke had a good run. How come no one mentioned Coke went up like 100+% in the past year? Oh, go Warren Buffett. Holy crap. What's the weekly like? I think the all-time it's still under. I think it's still under all-time highs. I could be wrong, but I think 99 was the high for Coca-Cola. And what are we at? 413 is the high there. Oh, there's 75. Yeah, it was under that high for the longest time. Oh, there you go. All-time high breakout. Look at that, 75. And then rally, retracement, and then boom, straight up. Interesting. See? All-time highs will do it for you. And there's that 75 breakout. Just monstrous. Of course, a big break there. 2015, about 50%. Quite substantial. Yeah, Coke dying today for whatever reason. People stopped buying Coke. Shares rise 6% after earnings top expectations, but hasn't worked out so far. MJ ready to go for the next rally? Yeah, I think so. Let's double check it. Looked like it was rolling over a little bit, hit the 200 period moving average. Oh, Tilray had good results. What are they doing? They're only up 1%. That's not too good. I guess the question is what constitutes good results. You see there is a little bit of volume coming in here the past week or so at the lows here. So that could be good. Tilray coming back to 40, 49 from, you know, you could argue $100 is kind of a median here on the weekly chart. I'm going to negate most of this $300 spike. Let's see what the news has to say. Marijuana companies lied about how much pot they could grow. So he's trying to drive prices up with that, or what? What's he trying to accomplish with that? Cannabis companies inflated a metric called funded capacity to not deliver, stressing the supply of legal pot in Canada. So the growers lied about how much they could grow. Interesting. Tilray had difficulty sourcing an adequate supply of marijuana. I'm assuming what that's going to say. And with high quality marijuana. Wow, they believed all the hype 12 to 18 months ago in terms of the growing capacity. That's interesting. So Tilray, with some interesting volume here around earnings, negative 27 cents per share. Market down 0.5%. What's not working? Signature Bank of New York, Newer, Beyond, down today. BLFS, SIVB. Tesla down another 2.5%. Getting on with the lower program right there. Trade desk with a deep pullback. Looks like most of these deep pullbacks have been pretty good buy points. 25% there. That's pretty good for a base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This actually should reset the base count, undercutting a flat base right here. So that should reset the base count. Double bottom, breakout, 50% run, base reset. Not the end of not too bad actually. Not sure if something is buyable right now, however. What's leading today? Riot Blockchain. You still got your Riot position, Eli? I think you sold that, right? Sold that Riot position. I don't think it's going to work out how we discussed about it working out, but I mean, Bitcoin's back at 8,000. We're only at $4 here on Riot. Not quite going to work out. Even if we go back to 20K, I don't think we'll hit $45 on Riot. Yeah, I exited when we had these big pumps over here. I exited half of my position. So I do still have a little bit. I'm trying not to completely exit out of my very long-term positions. What do we see here? Back to my portfolio. I think it's a minuscule position at this point. Yeah, it's like $100 worth, so I've reduced that position quite significantly. Even my MJ position, even my later ad's a little bit underwater right now. And I think I added like over here on the way up. So I'm underwater by less than 1% according to my broker. No, yeah, another down day. Market's in a correction. Maybe selling may go away. That's a possibility. We haven't had that in a few years though. Could just be a general market cycle correction, but definitely with China, that's putting a lot of pressure on the markets. I'm pretty happy with where I exited. So far, we'll see if we gap up 5% tomorrow, then I'll be pissed. We had NASDAQ so far without any major bounces. We had a pretty good green day here the other day, and then yesterday, good bounce percentage-wise, but the volume just wasn't there to support any kind of bottoming action. So we're looking for still another 0 day. Well, actually, technically, yesterday was 0. Today would be day 1 in terms of trying to find a follow-through day. So we're just on a follow-through day hunt. That's all there is to that. Come here, James. I love you, buddy. But you gotta remember to undo your buttons on your button shirts. I'm gonna try not to pull your hair, okay? There we go. There we go.
You pulled my hair, but not hard.
Okay, good. Because there's a lot of hair in there. I didn't want to pull it, though. Want me to do it? You got it? Good job. Give me a kiss. Love you. All right, go.
I'm going to go to get my daycare.
You what?
Daycare.
You want to go daycare? Did you have fun?
Mm-hmm.
Was your work fun?
Mm-hmm.
Your work, it's not that bad, is it?
Yeah, but the reason I want to go today, the reason I want to go today is because dance party.
You doing dance party today?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna send you to Grandma's house. She has you doing a dance party today? All right, maybe we'll send you to daycare today. All right. All right. ZTO INSG up 2.5%. Coming off pretty good off the 200-day moving average. That's pretty good right there. Good bounce off of earnings. Looks like trying to overtake we have a longer term trend line here in INSG. It's hard to get, at least for me with a marketing correction, super bullish. Really about anything, to be quite honest with you. At 24% up there to recent highs, which is just underneath looks like our all-time high of 689. Refresh myself on INSG fundamentals. %61 composite rating. Designs 5G. That's right. It's the 5G play. Couldn't remember if it was biotech or 5G. Oh, INS is the biotech one. That's right. Yeah, 51 industry group ranking, so it's not the worst. Sales suck, only 4%. Growth last quarter. Negative 3-year sales growth rate, not very good. Pre-tax margin, negative. So I guess this is just running on hype or something. 352 million. But the relative strength rating is 98. So it definitely has some bullish tendencies to it. Maybe some undercurrents to the whole 5G. They're thinking maybe this will show some profitability or something. I'm not exactly sure why they're super interested in INSG, but this is a nice pattern, pretty accumulative, if that's a term. Take-Two Interactive, which we've kind of been, we were looking at it over here, languished a little bit, but it's been pretty steady actually on earnings today. Or is that today or yesterday? I was 2 days ago on earnings. Yeah, earnings aftermarket. Not bad, and then trying to get with it today. A little ballsy trying to take a position with a fresh bear or correction here. INS or INSG? Where's INS? Yeah, INS is up too. Yeah, INS holding up there towards those highs with still lots of volume. We mentioned this thing looks like it's being accumulated by institutions. Look at this. Looks like it's having a minor breakout day today. Right there. Just a little minor breakout. Yeah, a little bit, Justin, a little bit. Our MDB's popping its head open. I'm interested in this one. Oh, man, we're getting a couple of good ones here. Like I said, a little difficulty, but maybe willing to take a position. I really like this in MDB. It's a pretty nice consolidation. Coming down about 20% is pretty good. Not too super deep at all. So it has about 12% to go. Could get there with the quickness, I guess. Yeah, MDB was a recent addition to our actionable list. Looks pretty good. INSG today, Take-Two Interactive. MDB is probably my favorite right now. INS would also be a pretty close second. Even Atlassian pulling back down after a good follow-through of the breakout here. Atlassian looks really good too. Doesn't look like it's quite done. Just in a pullback, which isn't bad. This is one of the better looking ones. Look how nice that consolidation is right there. I wonder what Teams ranking is, right? I think it's still very high ranked. 99 composite rating. So it clicks all the boxes. 133% EPS change last quarter. Estimate revisions were a little bit lower. It looks like ROE is a little low at 13.5%. Sales at 38% is really good. Percent change in funds owning stock of 13 is excellent. 29 billion market cap, so it's big enough for institutions to be interested and still have some upside potential. 8 quarters of increasing fund ownership is huge. So yeah, I would definitely. Atlassian's definitely a market leader, and holding a breakout after we just went into a correction is pretty good. No major drop off as of yet. What happened to Trip? Yeah, I guess it just did something really bad on earnings. I mean, it was looking good, but again, looking here, it's well off of highs of $111 down here at 50. It was, up here at about 50 something bucks. Yeah, it was looking good, but that's another reason why you don't buy before earnings is a break like that. It's great when it goes the other way, but it's a gamble. Yeah, probably some of the biggest gambles you can take in the stock market are options before earnings. That's pretty much yeah, that's the biggest gamble you can do in the market right there. You want to lose all of your investment? Trade options before earnings. That's pretty much how it goes. Where the hell's the? Oh, there we go. There's our whole actionable actionable list. Newer actually gapped down on earnings today. Doesn't look like it's unactionable. AEYE pulling back a little bit. SIVB really pulling back from that head and shoulders pattern, inverted head and shoulders pattern. Nvidia looks like it has earnings coming up. Winnebago continuing to come back a little bit. Volume still declining, which is good. Looks like we're about to hit this bottom channel if we haven't already. Right about there. We'll see if we can get support on Winnebago right there. That would also coincide with that 50-day moving average and that blue line on Winnebago. Hexo, Acacia, falling back from recent highs. Fox F, we noted no volume on the breakout there and subsequently rolling over. TripAdvisor, I could probably take this off of my actionable list. ES and, well, I guess I can go to Skyworks. Skyworks, I'll remove this from the actionable list for now. It's not really actionable at this time. Ession's doing okay. Paylocity, still looking good. They're holding up towards highs. Boot, and I guess I can delete that. Netflix, doing okay. Still keep it up here for now. Haven't supported the 50-day or 200-day. Hack supported the 200-day. I'll remove that right for now, though. GPK, rolling over this morning, not doing too bad. Netflix, again. SE, still holding okay towards highs. Earnings in, looks like a week or two. What am I missing? SE. CRISPR. There we go. I kind of want to keep an eye on CRISPR, but it doesn't look like it's healthy. I'll get rid of it. C-Trip. Buy C-Trip. Let's thin out this list. Paylocity looking pretty good. MKC looks very good, still holding up towards the highs. Did attempt a breakout on relatively low volume, which is why it probably didn't work. Match.com still looking very good. Up in highs still. Twilio still looks excellent. DocuSign, a little jaded with DocuSign. Would expect a little more bullishness, but you get what you get sometimes. Workday, again, Atlassian looks great. Amarin, definitely made a lower low, undercut that rising trend line there, but I'll give it a little bit longer. EDU, looks like it is spiking off of a bottom there. INSG, we mentioned coming back up. INS, breaking that trend line. Ooh, right there, we just saw a nice little pop in INS. MDB, looking really good here. Really a fan of MDB. This looks, okay, that's the top of our actionable list right now, so that's it. Trade Desk, give it a second chance. Take Two doing pretty good, although not a very clear entry point on that one coming out of the lows. INS breaking a trend line. MDB having very good action here. Yeah, right now that's probably one of my favorites, and it looks like it's kind of running away from us here. Let's do the. Yeah, see, going out as far as I can go with my options, it doesn't look very good for percentage gains. going up 10%. I do like it, though. I may have to pass on it. Unfortunately. Looks like the market's lifting itself up here a little bit, down only down 0.15% right now. So that's not too bad. Again, we have some leaders which are doing okay. What's Apple doing today? Languishing, down 0.64. So it has a pretty decent gap down there. And earnings were up here. I'm not sure what this gap was for. Oh, that's the China gap. Excuse me, that's the China gap, right? Yeah, so they're still consolidating from that drop. Probably not going to get aggressive here at all. Probably should just wait. Probably should just wait, even though a couple of setups look pretty good. Again, it doesn't look like the market's ready to die. A much different environment than we had later last year. But still, many breakouts are not working as expected. I do like INS, though. Oh, Coop. Coop's breaking out into all-time highs and good volume, too. Oh, this may be interesting. It's probably already too far gone in terms of an entrance. So we got a flat base right here. 6%. So we're kind of barely out of that flat base territory. 20% is 120. Yeah, see, that's not enough risk reward. Beyond, yeah, again, still an IPO, needs to fully form its IPO base. Hopefully 85.55 will be our, let me throw an alert here actually for Beyond. I think there's a good possibility that it could rally. And it does have options already, so that's interesting. MDB continuing its good morning. Look at all this volume stepping in here. Very nice. Half an hour into the trading session, and we already have a third of yesterday's volume, basically. Yeah, that's really good. That's pretty good right there. I don't mind that at all. Roku. Let's see what Roku's doing. Holding up very high, very nice and tight with that huge earnings day last week. Remember, we were looking at Roku and Atlassian. Both of those were two that had earnings about the same day. I think it was the same day. And Atlassian followed through really well here. Again, pulling back isn't too bad at all. I'm not really mad at a pullback play here. Looks like we were looking at a 140 target was our 20%. Yeah, most of that's gone. Take-Two Interactive. Yeah, market's actually looking pretty decent. Not great, but definitely not what what a market in correction usually looks like before a massive decline. We are seeing some breakdowns on some names. Trade Desk, obviously, in the past week took a lot of damage. TWOU, I forget what that is, took some damage. INSG took some damage, but did bounce right back very nicely. Again, Coop in new highs, which is very bullish. Bidit, new lows. Yeah, these Chinese stocks. Let's take a look at BABA for a second. We were looking at BABA for an entry a while back, and China came into play, the trade war, and they ended up selling it off again. Facebook. What's Facebook doing? All right, Facebook with a nice waterfall pattern here. Down to the 50-day moving average. Did find a little bit of support there at the 50-day, which has been supportive right here since we broke it. It's been supportive of that 50-day. See what Amazon's doing. Amazon little gap down the other day. Yeah, market just taking defensive positions. But doesn't look like it's selling off in mass. That's a positive. What's Twitter doing? Twitter rounding over a little bit. Remember that gap up it had a few weeks ago on earnings? Never really extended, coming back down to the bottom of the gap. That doesn't look too bad. Stay fixed, Tilray. Look at some of the MJ names for fun. Cron still living a little bit lower. CGC. Yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with your assessment on getting ready for the next run. I mean, it's not imminent, I would say. These patterns still have a distribution feel to them. You can see I think that should be the 40-week moving average. Stamp, one of the most weirdly bullish stocks. Holy wow. Wow. What's up, Sratra? How you doing, buddy? Long time no see, my friend. You coming back with the crypto market? Crypto market's back. Look at Stamp. Stamp was the most oddly bullish stock. Back when I had my stock group, we were just astounded at how bullish Stamp was. And it's kind of refreshing to see it down at 43 from 285. Not that that's a good thing, but we're like, how can a company that sells stamps run up this much? We just didn't quite understand it. I'm doing pretty good, Stratra. Could be a little more productive, but I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I don't. Oh wow, look at this earnings decline. 2,422. So earnings were accelerating, then they started decelerating. 254, 275. 276, 373, and then 123. Eek. What do I think about it? Avoid that thing like the plague. If you want to invest in Stamp, just go ahead and mail me about half of the money that you're going to invest in Stamps.com, and you're welcome. You're more than welcome to keep the other half. Oh, that's cool. That's a good place to... That's a good level. Good job. Yeah, we should be pretty good from here on out, though. I mean, the market is... market's pretty bullish. I mean, we're still up at 8,000. We still haven't even sold off. It's still another nice tight pattern, especially today with Ethereum running. Yeah, we're in pretty good place. BNB having a great day today. Cardano's been doing really good too. I've been very happy with Cardano's performance. I think Cardano's going to be huge. Just a thought, doesn't mean anything. You know how that goes. But yeah, I mean the general market's just super bullish. XLM up another 8% today. I mean, so good stuff. All right, market almost flat right now. That's pretty good. Coming back down from a gap down open. Yeah, that's pretty good. MDB now up 5%. Continuing to rally. How's our volume looking now? Oh, there we go. 496, almost 500,000. So we're almost half, about 40% of yesterday's volume already. 35 minutes into the trading session. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. We'll definitely have a pocket pivot day today. Almost in the bag. 30 minutes in is pretty good. Oh, okay. What kind of jobs, Forever? What do you do again? What's your study? So if you want to stick with the leaders of the market, Team, Roku probably would be two of my favorite ones. If you're looking to buy something, I would stick with the leaders and stuff that's really avoided this downturn. Gosh, there you go. So you can see the market over the past, what was this? 510. So here's 510. The market was, we've had some pretty decent down days here. Roku's held up very high. So has Team. Team's done pretty good. Oh, nice. Junior analyst position interviews. Cool. Let us know how the inside works. Let us know what analysis you guys put out that's complete bullshit, and I'll be happy to take the opposite position. I say that with love for you, but with hate for the rest of the industry. I was gonna put out a video yesterday, but I actually got caught up. We talked about this in the Stocks Power Hour here when it happened. I think we saw it here on May 2nd. Major Wall Street banks are telling clients to be ready for a sudden rip higher in the market, right? And the most startling thing, if you guys remember, was when they told people to buy short-term call options. Right here. Still, they recommend call options as best avenue for looking to add to beta. Of course, nobody knows what beta means. So there's but yeah, I wanted to find. Oh, here we go. Morgan Stanley analyst Andrew Sheets, who's a douchebag. For investors worried they are underexposed to a more bullish scenario, we think call options offer the best way to add risk-adjusted beta. Of course, most people don't know what beta is. They talk specifically about short-term. Here we go. Bank of America is recommending clients buy short-dated upside S&P call options to capture a melt up without having to time a melt down. This just makes no sense. It just makes no sense. Bank of America used late 2017, early 2018 case study found that short-dated call options would have helped investors lock in profits during a U.S. equity melt up while limiting losses in an ensuing melt down. The short-dated upside calls can also work for a number of other global equity. Yeah, see, what they're missing here with this call, call is how to actually do that. Douchebags. Anyway, that pisses me off. Well, that's my point, Stratwer, is that they're taking advantage of unsophisticated investors, which really pisses me off. Really pisses me off. I should have done a video on it the day I saw it. All right, so our top stocks are still being top stocks here today. MDB, Trade Desk actually coming off the lows, 5%. Pretty nice right now. You see pretty good run. Volume's not bad. After earnings, we kind of came down, but we haven't really had too much of a drop, although we did undercut this base, technically killing it. Technically, that flat base is now gone. Already down 25%. That would make a good flat base. I'm sorry, cup and handle. Make a good cup base of some type. Match.com still doing good up here near highs. 1.8%. Team Roku. So the usual suspects here as of late. Workday doing pretty good. Trying to get back towards highs. Yeah, I would say usual suspects are still not too many of our stocks have really taken it on the chin, not like the market appears to have here. Speaking of which, we're almost flat, 0.03, 0.04% we're battling right now. GDS now up 7%. Oh, look at MDB, I'm sorry, not GDS. MDB looks like it wants to be up 7%. 528,000 shares traded. That's just a lot of volume for this name. Look how nice and tight this got. And then boom, a beautiful little breakout. So this definitely could continue. I won't say easily into highs here, but if the market pauses and doesn't take it on the chin again, we could see MDB here with a rally. But even if the market does take it on the chin, MDB could just go sideways like it's been doing here it's basically been consolidating. Since the pop, we ran up a little bit. So it looks like March 21st. It's kind of been trading in its own environment. You've got March 21st over here. So it's been doing its own thing, which is good, shows some leadership. Yeah, not too bad at all. Take-Two Interactive. Yeah, that got pretty bullish pretty quick. INSG maybe following MDB trying to break out of its trend line. INS looks like it rallied up towards the top spot, 4.81%. Okay, very nice. Very nice, INS. Yeah, we noted breaking out of this little trend right there. Already almost up towards the high there. If the market stays like this, we probably will see a 9% day getting all the way up here to 48.93. And INS is pretty good. Probably still has no options. Nope. No options. Let's see what our buddy Donald Trump's got on his Twitter feed today. Anything fun related? Wow, Bill de Blasio and Eric Trump going at it on Twitter. That's crazy. New golden era of American energy is now underway. What's that about? Nothing about tariffs, though. Oh, Sempra Energy. He says they're the future. What kind of energy plant is it? Looks like nothing about tariffs, which is probably why the market is just hanging out and not doing anything. And we're positive 0.22%. All right, MDB looks like we're going to get to 5% here. Oh yeah, Stratra. Let me know what he thinks. Yep, no tariff, nothing tariff related, so just some normal politics stuff. Although he's touting this energy plant. I wonder what kind of plant it is. Like, what's the? I don't want to go to a live stream. I just want to know what the energy plant is. And what is it? Sempra Energy. For a range of energy services. Yeah, but natural gas, electric and natural gas is their focus. So I'm assuming. Okay, it looks like it's a natural gas power plant. Why isn't it a coal plant, Mr. President? It should be a coal plant, right? Focuses on electric and natural gas. Okay, so yeah, it's probably a natural gas plant, but it's not getting a lot of. Can't get a lot of details. Okay, it is it is a natural gas power plant. Looks like an exporting facility. Yeah, started to produce liquefied natural gas for export. See, why don't they just say stuff like that? This plant produces natural gas to be sold globally. 0.41% now bouncing on the NASDAQ, which is pretty good. Trade desk up 6% now, continuing that rally. And it looks like volume was increasing there for a minute. That's a really nice frozen rope ladder of accumulation right there. It's like volume drifting off a little bit. We'll see if it's going to pause or not. It's up pretty big already. MDB 4.57, stalling ever so slightly. No, nobody. Not right now. Go play. Mommy said you could. All right, hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Hello, Peter. Good morning. All right, so the market settled down a little bit, up 0.25% right now. And volume's already pretty good compared to yesterday. Well, yeah, everybody wants to know what's going on right now. Nobody really cares to go back. There's some good stuff in a lot of those videos. Oh, okay. Well, good evening, Peter. Yeah, maybe Eli. It's possible we could be going into less of a correction, more of a choppy market. Although I mean, it's still early in the day today. We could easily sell off after this. Here's the thing: is we're back to a news-driven market. I've been thinking about saying that for the past couple of days, but hasn't popped in my mind during the live streams. But we are back in a news-driven market. Essentially, the news and tweets have been moving the markets in both directions. So that's not such a good thing. One bad tweet and this market's down another 2%. Easy. Whatever bullish sentiment was built up here will probably be erased very, very quickly. So I don't necessarily know how bullish I want to get right now in the market. Barring like a Roku situation where you have earnings that are really good and the stock's just really, really rocking and has a reason to move. Again, Roku and Team are probably two of my favorite stocks right now. Number one, they're both at all-time highs, which is always advantageous. And number two, they recently had good earnings out, and the market responded positively to them. And they've been holding up. Higher above during this little corrective action and volume's been good on both of them too. They're basically hitting on all cylinders right now. Those are two of my favorites. So we'll see if that means anything. Of course, Roku kind of was a one-trick pony. Atlassian at least had a little bit of follow-through the next day. And you see here 4 nice days of green volume. Just really good stuff. Really good stuff right there. So we'll see how the market reacts here by the end of the day. Time the bottom on Tesla, Eli. I don't know about that. That's not in my game plan right now. And the way the chart looks, it looks very frumpy. That's just a good way to put it. The chart looks very frumpy. Now, a breakout of this frumpy channel right here is fine, in the same way that maybe a breakout of this frumpy channel will be fine, but we have to break out first. I would not be timing a bottom in Tesla. I would definitely be waiting for a breakout. Absolutely, I'd be waiting for a breakout. This also seemed to be a bit of a different consolidation. See, we had a little rise off of that 150 level, and then we came down and formed this declining wedge, and then we had another wonderful rally here. We don't have any of that here. There's no prior rise. Right now we're still looking for the low to give us the rise. So there's no way of knowing if and when this is going to rally other than just a break of this trend line, which I have drawn fairly tight on top of price. Obviously omitting a large wick right there. Right there. That's basically where that trend line is. So unless that thing gets broken, and then even when that does get broken, you can see even today we're under that 260, which was recent resistance, which is now our pivot point for Tesla. So I'm not really one to time a bottom in this name right now. Fundamentally, I think that they haven't performed as well as the market wants, and I get that. Still love the product, still love the company, but Elon's got some adulting to do, I think is a good way to put it. And until he can adult, his stock price won't reward him. So like take my son James, he's 5 years old, brilliant little kid. I'm not going to go long on James until he's proven himself as a teenager. And then I'll go long on James. Tesla to me right now is kind of like a company in their teens. INS, man, is looking so bullish right here. So bullish. Your risk here is about 12%. So I guess your play here has to be a run into highs. We'll see if we can get over that $49, $50 ceiling that's been in place here. MDB looks like it's 3.8, coming down a little bit. Yeah, so we'll see what we'll see if the market holds the rest of the day here, guys. I mean, it's been a pretty good morning, up 0.35%. We're getting kind of back up there. I don't know if we had a period of time similar to this in the previous market. Let's take a peek just for fun. I don't like doing fractal type stuff in stocks, but see here we had a nice little rally that ended up being a shortable rally. Remember how bullish a lot of these rallies felt? Now again, I think the general, I wonder if I can put an advanced decline line or something on this that would give us a better sense of secondary indicator or something. But anyway, we would run for 4 or 5 days and then we would just cave. Remember how bullish everything would look? Everything looked so bullish. If you guys remember, everything looked really good and then we just rolled over. Really good and rolled over. And then by the time we rolled over the second time, it was pretty apparent. We knew we were in a correction already. We were in a correction since I think it was here. But everything was looking bullish until it wasn't. And like I said, some of these rallies can rip your face off in these corrections. So again, not really jumping in front of the market too quick is usually a good move. There's always another trade, so I'm not in a huge run to jump back into some of these names because they can turn back in a hurry. Yeah, I still say Roku is probably one of my favorites by a long shot, though. Yeah, Roku and Atlassian, man, they're just nice. It's really nice. Netflix, maybe a bounce off the 200 if you want to play. Maybe if you're looking for something to buy, that could be a um, good bounce play. Oh, why to Horizon? I think we're fine if we get out of the trade deal or the tariff thing. I think we're good there. Yeah, longer term, absolutely. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this economy. We just have to look. If he gets a really good deal out of China, fantastic. But even if he doesn't, good. We're still gonna be pretty good there. Wow, really, Netflix? Netflix has some dope shorter term call options on it that may be worth a play if we're gonna bounce for a couple of days. Maybe just yeah. Well, see, that's the problem exactly. Is that Chinese people and are very proud people. They believe in honor. They believe in dignity, whatever that means to them, right? And so they don't want to be viewed as being seen weak on a global stage and being second tier to the U.S. And Trump is trying to make them basically using Game of Thrones talk, bend the knee. Trump's trying to say, hey, bow down to us as the United States. And that usually doesn't go over very well. Luckily, there's no guns involved, but if there were guns involved, it'd be a situation where, um, people are getting ready to go to battle, and I think that's kind of where we're sitting at right now. 352.5. I kind of like this. Netflix has a good one here. What you got there, Justin? Let's check it out. The Cult of Face in China. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's one thing that Trump is underestimating is probably the resolve of the Chinese people. These aren't I mean, we're super superficial in the US and Chinese isn't that superficial yet. They probably will get in time, but I don't think they're there quite yet. All right, I really like this Netflix trade I'm looking at here. I don't a Netflix bounce up into this area would be very profitable. And we're already seeing a little bounce. Nasdaq going up 0.69%, maybe even up into this gap right here. Trying to line something up. Yeah, Eli, Justin, absolutely both good points. Both good points. I mean, we're already doing tit for tat. Of course, China only has so many imports from the United States, and so they're already taking positions on that particular thing. Um, Hold on a second here. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, Justin as well. I've heard that too. Just a big cultural difference. I hope Trump understands that. But yeah, if you view it in terms of, see, if it's just a U.S. and China trade war, um, yeah, I guess the question is who else does China import stuff from? That would be a good question to try and answer, right? Is who's the next person that, or the next country that's in line with that? Yeah, yeah, I agree, Eli. And see, that's the problem. Trump doesn't like to lose face, and the Chinese don't like to lose face. So it's an interesting point. So they could just stay right like it is right now, and we could just have a new normal with Chinese goods costing more money. You never quite know. You never quite know. Nasdaq 0.65%. It's a Netflix trade here. I'm really digging a trade back up to here. You got 10% up to the highs. Got a little gap here at 360. If we can break this 350 barrier, could be a nice little run right there. That wouldn't be too bad. INS, look at that bull flag right there, man. Hey, see you later, Eli. Have a good day, buddy. How's our volume on INS today? It's a little low. Not too bad, though. Crypto needs to pull back, Rob? I don't know about that, man. I really don't know about that. I don't know if it does. It'd be nice if it pulled back. See, if Bitcoin pulls back, these alts are just gonna shoot, just gonna go straight up, because that liquidity is gonna go somewhere, and it's gonna go into undervalued alts. XRP's already been a beneficiary of some of that early on. Cardano's had a pretty good rally here past couple of days. Just beautiful rally that will probably continue, getting up there towards the highs. I mean, what else? All the coins we've been talking about in the crypto power hour, man. I mean, all behaving pretty well. Even our buddy Nem. Where's Nem? Nem up 8%. This thing has been, I've actually been thinking about buying Nem, as odd as that sounds, and just holding it. Just holding it, because it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like GE, but maybe in a good way. Maybe. Well, the problem is everybody wants it to go down, which is probably why it won't. That's the thing. It probably has more parabola left to create here. Already doing Netflix. What are you doing, Netflix? I want to take this trade. I just got to figure out what my risk on it's going to be. It's a great question. I mean, it's a good percentage trade. 337. Yeah, see, this thing gets past 350. It's pretty much clear sailing up here to 354. Yeah, 337.5. Volume 40 traded today. I think we're selling some of those puts too. With the Nasdaq's a little high at 0.68%. I don't quite know about this. I could trade smaller. Then my gain's going to be small. Question is, what am I risking out of the gate? Check the Nasdaq here. Pretty decent volume. That's a nice candle. Got over yesterday. Yeah. Where the hell's the frickin'... It shouldn't be showing extended. Huh. Yeah, see, they're getting you bullish here, and then they're going to sell it back down. Oh, come on, man. Let's try and get rid of after hours here, but it's not working. Nasdaq 0.64. That's pretty aggressive. Pretty aggressive for really. It's decent volume. It's pretty decent volume. I got to admit that. It may eclipse yesterday's volume. Appreciate a mini lesson on reading options charts. Oh, you mean the whole? You mean these things? The option book, order option chain, I guess is what they call it. Yeah, it's actually pretty simple. It's a pretty easy concept. Oh, they put end of month down here now. That's good. Are we going higher there? Looks like Nasdaq's trying to peak that 350 level. Need to see some of that elevated volume. Actually, it's already fairly elevated. Oh, there we go. Sell off. Wondering if they're going to get. Wonder if it's going to pull in. 0.7% on the NASDAQ. Shoot, I got to go take my kid to daycare. I got to go take my kid to daycare. All right, I guess I'll let this trade go if it develops. It's on the cusp of developing, but it looks like it's stalling here a little bit. Could come back any minute with a large up move in Netflix, which could, if we do rally back up into here, that's really good percentage gains on some call options I'm looking at for the next week or so. It looks like we're going to get some there. 0.75. I'll take a small position in case it washes everyone out right now. Well, the wife takes one kid to school, Peter. I take the other kid to school. So, all right, guys, I got to get out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, and peace.